All right, we're doing 15B. Again, in the future, this might be called something else. I'm going to call it 15B, two dice comprehension. Basically going back to the previous example, I think from, I'm going to open up in chapter 2, I believe it is. Actually, I'm going to open this because I want to see what the actual, well, maybe it's going all the way back to chapter 1. I think I'm going to copy these instructions. Maybe you won't see this in the future. But yeah, we just want to print all the ordered pairs looking like this. All right, so let's go into here. Two dice comprehension. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. For this one, I think it's important to look back to like this format here. In this format, what we're doing here is we are creating a list, and the elements of the list are going to be the result of this. And basically, we're looking through here. We're going to do this line, then this line, then this line. So for the very first one here, just to kind of walk through this, A is going to be 0. And then B is going to be 0, C is going to be 0. And then you're going to check all these values while A is less than or equal to B and less than or equal to C. Okay, so this should pass. So these values are first all 0. So we're going to get 0 as our first result. In the second loop through this, we are still finishing off running this for loop. So A and B are still going to be 0, but now C is going to be 1. This stuff still looks like it's true. We're going to get 1 in there. We're going to continue this process until C hits 10. Well, actually, until it hits 9. Because it won't, it goes up to but not including 10. It gets up to 9. And then we'll go into actually the next loop of this where B is now 1. C will start back to 0. We'll loop all the way through that again and again, continuing on. At some point it looks like they're cutting off some numbers in here. Yeah, okay. Just because of this kind of last condition in here. Anyways, each time we go through this loop, each time we complete this loop, we add one more element to the list using this bit of math. All right, so, okay, moving on to the next one, the dice comprehension thing. So what we want to do in here is create a list. Oh, that's the wrong one. It's the last one. Let me find, oh, I just closed it. Oh, no. Let's see if I can open up the recent two dice comprehension. Okay, good. So what we're going to do in here is I want to make a list. I'm just going to return a list. Oh, it wants us to print these things out. Oh, and it's just happening right here. Okay, so I'm not returning anything. Let's say L is going to be equal to, let's put our brackets in here. We need to do, I think there's different ways. I'm going to do a little F string here. I'm going to put in some quotations because I know the two dice thing wants them to appear in this order like this. So let's go into here. All right, yeah, so going into our code, we want to have this. Do two brackets. I might call this let's call this first and second value. That looks good. And then we're going to say for first in range, oh, not 0, we're going to start at 1 and go up to including 7. I don't want to see if I can just do this on one line. I know that's just my little test. I think you should be able to put this all in one line. If first plus second equals 5. I think that should work. Let's see what we get when we print L. Yeah, that did work. So we can put that all on a single line. I think we can also do indent. We can probably formatting wise, it's better to put these kind of all in line. That's kind of a pain. But it looks like it doesn't really matter. The code's going to run no matter what, which isn't always the case with Python. Sometimes it really loves its indentation. So now let's see in here. I mean, that's basically the answer. What does it want? It wants to print all these combinations. So I think I'm just going to do like for thing and L, print thing. I should probably model a better use of variable naming, but for this, it doesn't matter too much for me. There we go. And that works. Let's just make sure everything is working here. Configure, 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 run. Good, done.